subscribe. Yeah, just doing a quick kind of video stroke debate on siege commanders, and I was trying to think about the scenarios where I actually use siege commanders, the scenario, the circumstances I'd use it, and potentially what would be the reason for me to invest gems, gold heads, cash to ever upgrade one. And to be honest, I couldn't find one, and then that kind of led me on to, well, do you guys use siege commanders? And if you do, please put a 1, a numero uno in the comments, or a 0 if you do not use siege commanders. I think I already know the answer. In fact, I'll probably do a shorts video, or I'll ask for a poll, but only if it's worthwhile. I might just leave it at the debate, because I was trying to think, well, I said again, what are the scenarios I do it? So, okay, outside of KVK, there's farming. So, as you'll notice, for this formation, I've got, an addition to resource gathering, and it's more like a backup resource gatherer more so than anything else. And I was like, well, why is that? Well, so outside of inside KVK, well, why would I use it? I'm not going to use it in melee. Even if I had this V formation where it does this kind of ranged attack, I mean, okay, so I've got my one commander there on siege, just walks there incredibly slowly, probably be killed before it actually does anything, and then it gets planted somewhere and does this ranged attack. And somebody else has got 5 armies, they walk over and they just kill me. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a sacrifice. It's just too exposed. It's too exposed. At the very minimum, they'd need to make the siege, instead of the slowest thing on there, it'd have to be quicker than Cav, which it ain't. You know what I mean? And then I guess you run in, you can plant down, and then things get a little bit too hairy that you get out. So they need to have ridiculously change the whole meta, the whole kind of dynamic of siege, instead of being the slowest to being the quickest, which they haven't, basically. But right now, playing the game right now, there's not a reason to use it. You just wouldn't use it in melee. Okay, and I think in my last video I did say, okay, well, say if you're some Shad whale and you plant it right next to the pass, say, defending the pass, well, eventually they're going to get through, and that's going to be a sacrificial lamb. Then I thought, well, say if, contemplating all this, say if you've got a whale kingdom and everybody's got at least one decent, optimized, let's say optimized, V formation, siege commander, doing area effect damage, some meaningful area effect damage. Could that overlapping ranged area become like a kill zone? You know what I mean? So literally somebody peeks their head into this overlapping kill zone, and say you're all going to target, I don't know, usually Juan, you know what I mean, or some area effects commander, you go, zap. You know what I mean? So if that was possible, which, of course, to some extent, I guess it would be. I'm talking about 1 or 2 commanders poking their head through a pass. Is that possible? Yeah, I guess it could be. You know what I mean? If you got like 10, 20 commanders on either side of the pass, or enemies or whatever, and have all got 4 or 5 armies, they poke the head through, it might do some damage to some, but they'll wipe all of you out. You know what I mean? But anyway, so if you could use it as some form of sentry commander with this area of effect damage, extended ranged area of effect damage, then I guess so. But also, I say if you've got the overlapping effect, I was going to say, it'll come back to me. Yeah. But if they could automate it, so, you know what I mean, you could, okay, I know if they get through the pass, I'm dead, but for at least at the time that, you know what I mean, that there's going to be at least a period of time where they can at least give me some kills. I'll contribute to the war effort in some way, with this overlapping ranged areas for the different commanders and different players, potentially creating a semi-kill zone, and it changes the dynamics of the game. So, it adds something to the game. It's the only way I could see it. So, okay, so to break it down in quick summary, it's either going to be some Giga Chad who doesn't mind investing in a mostly useless siege commander, and the only scenario would not be melee, and obviously it's not enough to be some kind of tag-on resource commander, because if you look at the talent tree, it's only going to be an extra 15% gathering skill, and there's other commanders which are more kind of specialized in resource gathering. So then again, I don't know, maybe there's other scenarios. If there is, please let me know. But if you're at the pass and you've got these kind of overlapping ranged effects, maybe it's a kill zone. But even then, you'd have to be there, like eyes, like matchsticks for on your eyes, just waiting for something to happen. And then, okay, then it has. And then very likely they'll storm through there and wipe you out. But if there was that overlapping effect, maybe you do have some meaningful damage. But why would you ever do that instead of optimizing your own area effect? Badass, quicker cav infantry commanders or archers, you just wouldn't do it. Which brings me back to what I was going to do an original poll on. So minimum would have to be some kind of automated. Anybody enters a zone, automatically it will attack those commanders for you. That's the only way. And then, as I said, you can go to sleep. Yeah, maybe you'll get taken out, but maybe you'll contribute. Only way I can see it. And obviously that's not the current dynamics, not the current battle engine that they've got for this. That'd be it. So anyway, that was Margaret. So she's got engineering, versatility, support. And I'll just try to think outside of the box, and I'll get to what I'm saying next. Not useful. Engineering, versatility, attack. Just not useful. Basically, what it would have to be even half tempting is engineering and garrison. And if it was a standalone kind of respectable garrison commander, then you could justify it just in itself. And then maybe you do just think, okay, well, I don't mind marching it down to the pass and just, picking up some free kills, from I'm on my side of the pass, and I'll try and pick off some people on the other side if they're stupid enough to get into, that kill zone. But at some point they will try and kind of push towards a pass, and then you may well pick up a few hits. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. If they ever got through the pass, obviously they're going to take you out. So again, I can't justify it. It can't be justified. Can't be. Not to me. So yeah, minimum I'd say engineering and garrison. It doesn't exist right now. But even if they did, it does not remove the fact that the best strategy would still not be investing in controversial. Would still say, even if it was a half decent, respectable garrison commander, the better strategy would be, if you are away from the keyboard, AFK, otherwise known as AFK, then the best thing to do is just to teleport out, stay in Alliance territory, put up a shield. It's not investing all your, for most people, it's not going to be investing your gold heads, your gems, your resources, as in your cash resources, in optimizing this, even in that scenario. Okay, let's broaden it out. Say if you're 100 million commander like myself, I'm 96 or whatever it is, 90 or 98 or something, I can't remember, million. Even if I had the premium garrison commander, if I'm doing stupid things and I'm off territory and I'm in KVK, of course I can get taken out. Of course I can get zeroed. If it was 150 million, of course I can get zeroed. And of course, the cost for others to do it, they would have to be more organised, which means it's less likely to happen. But even at 200 million plus, you can be zeroed. So again, it goes back to, even if they did have a decent garrison commander, which would, justify the spend, the better strategy is always just to stay switched on and make good tactical decisions in terms of, let's say shielding up or staying on Alliance territory or getting behind the pass when you're offline, not putting yourself in that kill zone. But I say, in of itself, if you're different on your perspective, yeah, fair enough. If as a in itself the garrison commander is good, it could justify the spend, and then you may well find other reasons why you could potentially use it, aka just pitch up at the pass, just thinking through the line of everything that was said, and if they made the garrison commander who's also an engineering commander for Siege, and automated on some level, whether it's quick or whether it's relatively slow, you know what I mean? If they want to work on balance of their game, every sort of couple of seconds, then it may well fire again, this area of effect. It's not like going to be a machine gun thing, which it would never be anyway. Hold on, just thinking it through, because you need to build the rage for your key skill to fire, don't you? See, thinking it through. No. This is what it would be. Yeah, so you'd have an automated normal attack, obviously, for anybody who enters the zone, is what it should be. And then, is that what you have to let me know what it is right now, because I don't think it would be. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. So it would be, but you'd have to select the people who enter the zone to attack, wouldn't you? And then, as normal, the more normal attacks that you have, it will trigger your active skill. And what I'm suggesting is, if they could change the dynamic of their active skill so it's automated, and maybe they need to work on. No. They could just do it. Anybody who enters that zone, automatically it does those attacks, and then that's when it can be more useful, or useful at all, other than resource gathering, as a sentry type commander in various situations. There you go. There you go, Rise of Kingdom. You can send me my invoice. So you can send me my commission. Gosh, I wish. Anyway, that's the kind of thing I might do a poll on. Do you use Siege Commanders? Should Rise of Kingdoms use it in order to incentivize just being active in the game, where they give you this throwaway commander, aka a siege related commander? Is it worth? And the third question is it worth them having any kind of siege commanders if it's not a garrison commander? And then brackets, a respectable, decent garrison commander. And number 4 is, for it to be, or even all these things considered, given that you should not be leaving yourself exposed to a city attack, realistically, that siege commander needs to do automated ranged attacks for it to have any presence on the battlefield at all. Yes, that's it. All right, so 4 or 5 questions. Please like and subscribe. Sorry for the long video. I will try and condense it into a short somehow, but this is the kind of the background kind of debate about the whole thing. Anyway, please like, subscribe. Stephen out.